Stampers, welcome to another Rubber Redneck video tutorial. I'm going to be demonstrating how to make this beautiful notepad holder using the stamp set called Simple Stems out of our Occasions catalog. And I paired it with two other stamp sets. I paired it with the Positively Chevron background stamp, and for my saying I used the Sweet Essentials stamp set. Now for the printed out directions, visit my blog rubberredneck.typepad.com and I'll have the directions all listed there for you. To create the base, you want to cut one piece of Tangerine Tango cardstock. You want to cut that at 6 1/4 inches by 8 1/2 inches. Place it onto your simply scored vertical and score it at 3 inches and then at 3 1/4. Once you have it scored, fold over on your scored lines, creating like a book. Then you're going to decorate the front of the little notepad holder. You want to cut one piece of Whisper White cardstock at 2 3/4 by 6 1/4. You want to cut one piece of the Brights Coordinations cardstock, and you want to use the Daffodil Delight, and you want to cut that at 2 1/2 by 6 inches. Then you're going to run it through the Big Shot with the Arrows Textured Impressions embossing folder. And the fun thing about the Coordinations cardstock is once you dry embossed on that, you can take the stamping sanding system and then sand over the raised images, and it will reveal the white part of the cardstock. So it's real fun to work with the Coordinations cardstock. I love it. Now when you go to put this together, what you want to do is you're going to use the front of the Tangerine Tango cardstock as your guide. You don't want to stick the white cardstock on yet. So you're going to place that down there towards the bottom, and then you want to put stamping dimensionals on the bottom of the Daffodil Delight Coordinations cardstock. And then you're going to place this on top of the Whisper White cardstock, and you want to come down a little ways and then place that right in the center of the Whisper White, and then press down. Then you want to cut one piece of the Gold Fancy foil vellum paper, and you want to cut that at 2 inches by 7 inches. Now I used the dot pattern, and then you're ready to glue this onto your Whisper White and your Daffodil cardstock. Now what I did was I just put glue on the side that will be covered up by the Gumbo Green cardstock. The glue doesn't show, but I just did it just to kind of be sure that after a while when it dried it did not show. So just press your finger down on top of the glue, and then that will hold that in place. Then you want to cut one piece of Gumball Green cardstock, and you want to cut that at 3/4 by 7 1/2. Then you're going to take the Positively Chevron background stamp, and you're going to ink it in Gumball Green. Once you have it inked in Gumball Green, you're going to stamp onto the Gumball Green cardstock. Now the stamp won't cover the whole piece, so then you're going to re-ink your stamp again and move the cardstock and stamp on the other half of the cardstock. Now one little trick I do is when I have a small piece, I just pick out a certain spot on my stamp and I just ink that area, and then I line it up in between that design. Now it works good if you have like a line pattern. It's very easy to do this. With something that doesn't have a line pattern, you may not be able to do it. Once you have that piece of Gumball Green cardstock stamped on, you're going to glue this onto the right side of your layers. So just place that right onto the right side of the layers, overlapping onto the Gold Fancy Designer Vellum there. Then you're going to wrap some of our fun gold baker's twine around the layers. And what I did was I just put a glue dot on the end of the baker's twine, and you're going to wrap this around. And you're going to do this twice around the cardstock, just wrapping around. And I leave mine on right on the thing that it came on so I don't waste any of the baker's twine. And then I just take a glue dot and I put that glue dot up here at the top where that baker's twine is going to go. And then I just take my scissors and cut that. And then that way I haven't wasted any. I cut exactly to the length I need. Once you have this part done, then you're ready to put some stamping dimensionals onto the back of the layers. So you're just going to turn that right over, and you're going to put one in each corner of the cardstock. So 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top. And then you're going to attach that to the front of the Tangerine Tango cardstock. And then by using the front of the Tangerine Tango cardstock as your guide, you lined up everything perfectly as far as the layers go. Then you want to cut 1 piece of Tangerine Tango cardstock at 2 inches by 4 inches, and you want to cut 1 piece of Whisper White cardstock at 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. You're going to take the stamps from Simple Stamps, ink them in Daffodil Delight, Tangerine Tango, and Gumball Green, and stamp around the edges there. Then you're going to take your in color marker, the Gumball Green one, and draw fake stitching around the edges here, whatever design pattern you would like. Then what I did next is, yes, this step is done. After you wrap this twine around, and I'll show you why, you're going to place a stamping dimensional at the top and a stamping dimensional at the bottom. You're going to be using the baker's twine as your guide as far as placing this onto your layers. So you want to just gently pick this up, and then you're going to place this at an angle onto the layers. Then once you have that on there, you're going to glue the Whisper White to the Tangerine Tango. Now when you're gluing this, this is going to overhang off the sides here, so make sure you don't put any glue on that part of it. So you just want to put glue where it's going to be onto the Tangerine Tango cardstock. And then you're going to place this in here at straight on onto the Tangerine Tango cardstock. So you should be able to place that right on there straight as long as you put the Tangerine Tango cardstock at an angle. Then you want to cut 1 piece of Whisper White cardstock, and you want to cut that at 1/2 inch by 2 inches. I took the stamp from Sweet Essentials, and I used the gold ink pad, and I only inked up the hello, which is actually a hello baby stamp. So I just used the hello for the stamp part. And then I stamped onto this piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I notched out the left side of the Whisper White cardstock. Once you have that notched out, you want to take one of your stamping dimensionals, and you're going to cut this in half. And then you want to place this on the back of the Whisper White cardstock, one on each end. And then you're going to place this underneath that baker's twine. Just pick that up gently and slide that under, and then place that across the little notepad, across the Whisper White cardstock there on the little notepad holder. Then you want to take one of her in color dahlias, and you're going to pick out the Gumball Green one. They come in the Summer Starfruit, Raspberry Ripple, Primrose Petals, and the Midnight Muse. But you want the Gumball Green one. You're going to take a glue dot and place that onto the back, and then place this right on top of the baker's twine in the Whisper White cardstock. So it'll look like that. Now to get the little gold sequins, we have the gold sequin trim ribbon, and what I did was I cut off the end, and then I just gently pulled the sequins off that I needed. So I just pulled off 3 of them, and then I took the glue dots and I took the sequin and put it right on top of the glue dot. Just line that up, and hopefully you can see that in the video. And then I just placed them randomly onto that Whisper White cardstock. So you just want to make sure you get them lined up evenly right onto that glue dot right away, and then place them right onto the Whisper White. Just peel them right off the glue, right off the little glue dot paper. Now to create the little part that will tie it closed here, all I did was I took some of that gold baker's twine ribbon and I ran that underneath the Tangerine Tango cardstock. So I just gently put that underneath, and I cut about whatever I thought what I would need to close it. And then for the notepad, I picked this up at our craft store. I'm not sure if Michael's or any other place carries these or not, but you can just pick up the little notepads, or you can go to like Office Depot and have one of those little 8.5 by notepads cut in half basically. You're gonna put the sticky strip on the back. And you do this to hold it into place onto the Tangerine Tango cardstock. Now you're probably thinking, okay, so what happens when the notepad's out? Well, you can gently pull that back off and it might tear the cardstock, or if it's a gift, you can just say it's a gift, and it, you know, when it's done being used, somebody might throw it away. It's completely up to you how you want to attach that on there. Then once you have that pressed down inside, you're just going to tie the Gold Baker's twine ribbon closed to hold that shut. You can do a bow or a loosely double knot if you want. But that completes the tutorial for the Simple Stems notepad holder. Thank you for watching.